I am live. Sorry. Today was hey. Last week was good, but I think today was like bloody amazing. So I'm going to try to be more organized with this, and I'm going to go parts by parts. I am going to play the audio from today. He interrogated by Mr. Rattenborn about the text messages that he sent back and forth with his doctor. They were making it sound like they were going for this whole, well, you have money, so you getting these doctors to give you whatever you want, kind of like Elvis type of thing. He did admit that he was using his doctors and his nurse a lot for getting stuff, but he admitted that before last week. Anyway, so the first part was him talking about the text messages and how the text messages sometimes they can be offensive because he's using a lot of British dark sense of humor for movies and shows and things that people usually around here don't understand. It's like I'm Italian, and if you just do like there's things that people would say that I'm like, oh my God, that's not gonna roll. Like if you go to Texas or whatever, if you go even in California, if you're an Italian person, you speak Italian, then you just like translate the jokes. They will sound sexist. They will sound violent. They will sound dark and bad. And I think it's the same with European sense of humor. Period. And he's well traveled, and he has like half of his friends are from different countries. I totally get it. I totally understand that he texts the way he texts, and our text messages and our emails are not meant to just be read by everybody in court or anywhere. So I think it's kind of shitty, but whatever. We're all over it. We're over it because today was so good. He explained that, and I think he was really believed. I think by now the people in the jury, hopefully they can smell the bullshit coming from serial killer. She had these glasses that look like Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer from Milwaukee. Anyway, the one who was a cannibal and put people on the fridge. Anyway, she had those glasses today, and she looked like she was like about to like, she was like, I don't know, writing a recipe to make homemade cookies or something. She looked very weird. Like I think that she looked better in the beginning, but anyway, it doesn't matter because she can look great, and I'm still gonna think whatever I'm gonna think about her. So it's not about her look, but I think it was a little bit funny that she put those glasses on and then she was doing this with her chin, and it gave me like Hillary Clinton, weird, corruptive woman type of thing. And then like, I don't know what's next, Amber. You're gonna run for office. She was trying really, really hard to look smart, and she's not likable no matter how much she's gonna try to look smart, or even if she looks gorgeous tomorrow, she's still not likable. So once you cross that line on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere, oh my God, there were so many TikToks of Johnny and his lawyers and Johnny being all gangsta, and Elaine, and just clips of Elaine and Amber like this freaking the fuck out. Anyway, TikTok. I don't have TikTok, and there's no way to copy them or put them on video because they have all that music that I can't freaking stand, and all this like the voiceover from TikTok. But anyway, go watch them. It's amazing. They did a whole me poop instead of me too, me poop. The Milani, the makeup line, this happened over the weekend, totally debunk the fact that Elaine said that Amber was using this makeup palette, which is a concealer, the whole time that they were married. And then the makeup line came out on TikTok over the weekend saying that, not saying, just showing that that palette that Elaine said that Amber used was not released until 2017. So the makeup that she was using to cover the bruises, allegedly cover the bruises, was not released until 2017. So not even like, even little lies like that to the jury, they can just sound like, like it's like, okay, well, maybe they got confused. I'm sure Elaine is gonna say, well, we got it wrong. Maybe it was this makeup palette, not this one. It was this makeup company. Doesn't matter. Even if they're trying to fix it, just little lies like that. If you lie about something like that, what else are you lying about? It's like if you not lie about the nail polish, you try to pass it for blood on a tissue. What else are you lying about? Like, you can't be believing absolutely anything. Anyway, so today, okay, he was talking about the text messages and how he uses different sense of humor than everybody else, and he embellished words, and the way that he texts is very colorful compared to all the people, compared to the regular Joe out there. And he's right, and it can be offensive, but it wasn't meant to be offensive. He wasn't saying in public, I want to kill her, burn her, and then F her body. He was not saying that in interviews about her. That was not meant to be read by anybody but Johnny and his friend. So that's it. That was about it. Then after that, they talk about Dr. Kipper and his relationship with Dr. Kipper, and how sometimes they will argue when Johnny wanted the meds and Dr. Kipper say no, and they go back and forth, and he ends up apologizing to Dr. Kipper because it's a little bit of a, they know each other for like ever. I think he said 12 or 13 years or so. So there was a couple text messages from Kipper and Johnny, a little bit of friction there, but then end up with, I love you, brother, you're the best, doc, whatever. Mr. Rottenborn today, he tried to get into that. He tried to make Johnny sound like he was mean even to his own doctors, just to make him look like a really bad person. But it didn't work. Then we go to, like, probably the best part of the day was the end. But the second best part of the day, around the middle, right before the lunch break, I think, yeah, it was a long day, but right before the lunch break, the break around noon or whatever, in the middle, he talked about Toronto. We finally got to hear the famous Lost Toronto tapes, some of it. I can't wait until we could get the whole thing. Some of it. And it is so different than everything else that would be. I can see why she doesn't want that out. So in this ones, we hear a totally different Amber. She's literally saying, don't leave me, I'm gonna die, don't leave me, I'm really gonna die. Like, it's just not upsetting to me, but you can see when that was playing and she was saying, I'm gonna die, even Johnny was like kind of taken a little bit by. I think he's such a good person, and maybe he can still be empathetic towards her, because he's better than all of us, I guess, because I can't. I'm sorry. So they played those tapes, a couple tapes, and then Johnny's lawyers decide, which I think it was a really good decision, to ask him about the self-harm Kami audio without playing it. Very smart, because we all were going to be sobbing, including Johnny, if they play it again. So she decided, I think it's Michelle or Camille, I think her name is Michelle. She decided to ask him straight up, what was that all about, without playing the audio. And he explained that he felt like he was getting set up, because if the restraining order was granted to Amber to protect Amber from Johnny in May 2016, what the fuck they're doing hanging out at the end of the year in 2016 in San Francisco? What is her plan? So this is Johnny's words, when she called him up to get together in San Francisco and talk, he felt like it was a setup, but it was a thread. And he was already depressed and broken because he felt like a failure and all that stuff that he talked about it before, how he didn't want to be like his father, blah, blah, blah. So they met in San Francisco. So she violated the order. They both violated the restraining order when it comes to it. But she's the one that asked for the restraining order. So it's like, you're not that scared if you go to his hotel room in San Francisco by yourself. you got a straight order on this guy, but then you show up in San Francisco in his hotel room. So that's when the Kami Kami audio came out that night, which I believe is the last time they hang out alone by themselves. So he said he got a knife because he likes knives. This is kind of like a similar case of Marilyn Manson. Some people like to collect cars, swords, puzzles, toys, knives. Okay, some people like knives. It doesn't really mean much. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to have that around when you're not in a good state of mind. But he's a fucking grown ass man. He can collect knives all he wants. So he said that he felt that he was getting set up, and I totally understand why he was feeling that way. So the knife wasn't really to self-harm himself and bleed to death, but it was, you can hear his own words now. He mostly saying to her, get my blood. You have everything else, why don't you just get my blood? So that's what the whole thing was about. It wasn't about him self-harming, but it was more of a big picture of things like, well, you got my money, you got everything, you got what else you want, what else you don't have my blood, here, take it. That's what the self-harm video audio was about, and I'm glad that they didn't play it today. They didn't. It was really important that he said he felt like he was getting set up. I would feel like I'm getting set up too. If somebody puts a restraining order on me, but then they ask me to hang out in San Francisco in a hotel room, it's a setup. I'm lucky. We're lucky that he's lucky to be alive, because that was a setup right there. And you don't show up in somebody's hotel room if you're so fucking scared and play with knives, because she was not really giving him a hug and saying, put the knife down, I love you, and gave him a hug. She wasn't doing that. She was going like, well, it's not going to help you. I mean, it doesn't feel any better after. Like, it was really vague. So anyway, so he explains that. He said he felt like he was set up. I always felt like that was a setup. And I'm not judging him if he's self-harm or not. That's not the point. The point is she asked to meet him after the restraining order. It makes no sense. It was a setup. Either she called the paparazzis, or either she thought he was going to kill himself, or she thought he was going to finally be violent towards her because he was never before. Maybe she thought he was going to be provoked to the point that he actually was going to hurt her, but it was a setup, nonetheless, and the least. And then I gotta make some tea because I'm tired. I always say the same thing, but I'm tired. This trial is draining, and I'm not even there. Watching it all day, and then go to work at night, and then come back and do it all over again. So, but it's cool because today was so good, so it was worth it. I'm just gonna play some of the audio of what happened today, and the reason I'm not. Somebody complained the other day that, what was the point if I was not talking when I just play the video? But then when I come here and talk, it's like, what's the point if I talk so much? So you can, it's like, doom if you do, doom if you don't. Everybody watched the images already. It was streaming everywhere. So I'm just going to play the video. I mean, the audio. Shoot. And try to respect Johnny, not interrupt him too much. Okay, so we got the text messages to the doctor. We got the Toronto tapes, the lost famous tapes of her screaming for dear life, asking him, don't leave, I'm gonna die. I never actually heard that before from her. I heard all the things from her, but not that. And then we got the last part that was beautiful. How he ended the whole thing, like his lawyers ended the whole thing, was amazing. His lawyers are so good, and they're so the opposite of Rotten Born. They're like warm, and they're just like, they take you around for the answers. They have like, they're so prepared, and I don't think this is like rehearsed or fake. No, but they're just so prepared for whatever Johnny's gonna say. They're prepared, and they treat him with kindness. If you watch it until the end, you know what I'm talking about. Rottenborn is like, he just spits. He spits hate, and that is a style. Some lawyers do that, and I understand why Amber would get a lawyer like that. she needs a lawyer like that, because she's guilty. So I get why she would get a lawyer that is a bully, but I don't think it's working on her favor, because I don't think the jury is liking that lawyer. So even if the jury likes Amber a little bit, I think the fact that Rottenborn is so aggressive and so impulsive, like he say things like, well, we gotta respect the court's time, blah blah blah. There's a lot of TikTok, there's videos on TikTok, all over TikTok, of Johnny saying, so you telling me I'm not respecting, okay, well, I shut up then, Mr. Rottenborn. Just the way he says it's so funny. He's pretty much telling Johnny to shut the hell up all the time, low key, without saying it. I hate that freaking guy. So what I'm saying is, even if people are a little, like, I don't know, 2% of the population right now are in favor of Amber, I think her lawyers are not doing her any favors. They're making her look worse. Elaine and Rottenborn. Elaine hasn't talked yet, so I am just, I don't know why we're keeping it. I don't know what's going to happen with Elaine, but last time that she talked, she was asking about vaginas and stuff that I was not into it. Who's texting me? I'm going to swip this. Anyway, so.
Mr. Depp, we've talked about this.
Okay, this is about text messages. You know what? I'm just going to put the Bluetooth and the microphone on him.
Power on.
So it's louder
Bluetooth pairing.
than everybody's.
Bluetooth connected.
Is it? My son set this up like 2 days ago, and he left, and I don't know how the fuck to do it. I'm alone, but like, I don't know how to do it. I won't be making these videos if I wasn't alone. Just whoever thinks that I do, I don't. Okay. I'm gonna shush.
A little bit, that you've testified that abuse can come in many forms, correct? Physical being one of them.
Okay, this is lawyer.
Right.
This is Amber's lawyer. So you know he's gonna be passive aggressive and then aggressive. Passive aggressive, then aggressive. That's his style.
Yes, indeed. Emotional.
Indeed.
Verbal.
Indeed.
Psychological abuse.
Indeed. Some of those sort of flow into the other.
I'd like to talk. Understood. I'd like to talk about some of that abuse. Can we pull up Exhibit 582, please? Your Honor, this is a recording, Defendant's Exhibit 582, that we will play.
This is new.
The entirety of.
New.
Any objection to 582?
New.
No objection, Your Honor. All right, 582 in evidence.
This was good. This was really good. I was not worried for a
Put
second.
your fucking cigarettes out on someone else. You fucking have consequences for your actions. That's it.
Shut up, fat ass.
Yeah, you got me there.
Did you get that? Shut up, fat
Play that
ass.
one more time, please, Michelle.
Objection, Your Honor. I'll sustain the objection.
Mr. Depp, and when Mr.
Yeah, we don't need to hear it again. Pretty much she says, go put up your cigarettes on somebody else. And then he says, shut up, you fat ass. So she's trying to frame him on this tape, and also her lawyer, making it sound like Johnny was the one putting cigarettes on her face when he wasn't. So that can mean, like, it's like when saying, you push me, stop pushing me. It's not necessarily a physical thing. Like, I could say that to people all the time, like, don't freaking push me. I'm gonna do it on my own time. But it's not a physical push. So this is something with the cigarettes, the same thing. Like, go put your cigarettes on somebody else's. Like, go use somebody else's ashtray. I think that's what she was trying to say. That's what she said. But she wants us to believe that he was really burning her face with a cigarette, because she's that delusional that thinks that we're all gonna believe it. So her lawyer at this point, he knows. Hey, Robert. Her lawyer knows that she's lying. Like, they'll probably have a freaking meeting right now. Going like, Amber, lawyers, they can tell. I mean, this guy's an asshole. He's a dick, but he's a lawyer, so he got two brains to fucking at least went to college for it. So he probably already figured it out that Amber is a fucking liar. And it has to suck to be him, to be Amber's lawyer right now, because after how Johnny Depp ended. You're gonna stick around, Robert? Did you actually watch the last part of Johnny and what he said at the end? Because I got emotional, because I'm I don't cry like for reals in like real life, but I cry with these things. This is like, I don't know. I don't know. I go to the movies and I cry. Stupid. I cry with Johnny. I cry when Madison talks about Johnny because it's so freaking cute. All right. So this, are you interested in listening to this? This we never listened to this before until today. This is like the last audio. She's trying to frame the whole thing about him putting cigarettes on her and blah blah blah, and then he calls her a fat ass, which is like so abusive, supposedly.
Reporting to go put your cigarettes out on someone else. You don't deny that, but instead you simply say, "Shut up, fat ass." Is that correct?
I think that was another grossly exaggerated moment of misheard. I did not put a cigarette out on her or throw a cigarette at her.
I know. Are you listening to Johnny? He's so sassy today. Today he's the king of sass. I love it. I love how he got so not sassy, not violent or just too aggressive or too much of a bully. Okay, he's not low-key sassiness. Listen to this again. He's like, I think there's another exaggeration.
Let's pull up Exhibit 581.
582 in evidence. Put your fucking cigarettes out on someone else. You fucking have consequences for your actions. That's it.
Shut up, fat ass.
Yeah, you got me there.
I'm sorry, it's funny.
Can you play that one more time, please, Michelle?
Objection, Your Honor. I'll sustain objection.
Yeah, we don't need to
Mr.
hear it
Depp,
again.
and when Miss Heard tells you in that recording to go put your cigarettes out on someone else, you don't deny that, but instead you simply say, "Shut up, fat ass." Is that correct?
I think that was another grossly exaggerated moment of misheard. I did not put a cigarette out on her or throw a cigarette at her.
Let's pull up Exhibit 581, please. This is another recording that we'll play the entirety of.
New.
With Your Honor's leave.
Any objection?
Brand new.
581? No objection. 581.
This is my eyes rolling in the back of my head.
I fucked up and cried in my bedroom after I had dumped you a fucking week prior. A fucking week prior after you beat the shit out of me. And then a week later you show up at my doorstep in my room saying you want to say goodbye. Okay, say goodbye.
Oh, I said it?
Yes, you did say it. I'll go to the text message.
Notice, look,
So that weird.
notice how they pick the loudest tapes on him that we have. He's not, lawyers, Amber's lawyers are not using playing the tapes that we play on YouTube. They're playing the loudest they can find on him. He barely calls her any names, but he's calling her some names on this tape. So this is the one that he's gonna pick. He's like nitpicking so hardcore, it's super annoying. There's no context of this. No context whatsoever. He's like, let's just play this because he's calling you a fat ass, so that's abuse. Like, it's really, there's no context, and it pissed me off. It totally pissed me off. That some people might believe this bullshit. I hope not.
Yes, Tess, you said it before today.
Okay. No doubt. But you did not say you're to come over to say bye?
I made a huge mistake.
You didn't say that to me? You didn't say that to me?
Well, I won't do it again.
What's the mistake then? Did you or did you not say you were coming over to say bye?
Can we please pull up Exhibit 5?
Did you? You wanna say bye? You wanna say bye? She's such an arc. You don't let him say bye, girl.
Another audio?
It is, Your Honor.
This is the last
and I-
audio.
I'll
I'm
get
so
the,
happy they
excerpts
finally fucking
supposed to
played
play.
this.
And I'll say, Your Honor, it's a lengthy recording where,
Well, I already have 598A in evidence, so.
right, and I just wanted to clarify, spoke with Ms. Myers this morning. We're gonna speak at a break. We're trying to be very careful about whether there's a third party on the tape.
Oh,
This
this
is
is
one
a-
where at the very end, someone else comes in.
I
but Ms.
think
Myers
that
also
someone
may
else
be-
is either
to the
Jerry
extent your
Judge or
Honor's
Travis.
agreeable, we may
I'm
be
not
agreeable
sure.
to
One of
just
the security
entering the
people.
whole thing as evidence. But for now, since there's a very small portion of the
Sean,
audio
that's
we're
somebody
gonna
else, a
play,
security
the
person.
Third party will just I'll just.
They don't want to
give you
play
the
until the
answers
end because
that
somebody
works.
else's voice is there,
Yeah,
which it makes
sorry.
sense.
We'll prepare that for you, Your Honor. Thank you.
This is a good one.
I have the
Okay.
excerpts. So this would be 598B,
Okay.
and it's seconds 1 through 20,
Did you hear that
and then
bullshit?
it's minutes, 30 minutes.
This is the last Toronto tapes that nobody yet. We've been waiting for the shit for like a year on YouTube. Nobody has it, and I will listen to it. And this guy said, "Well, it's pretty lengthy, so it's about 3 hours and a half. So we're gonna play like 3 minutes of it. No, 20 seconds of it, and not give you any context of what was going on to this couple before or after. They just got off the plane. Is he drunk? Is she drunk? What are they doing? They're going to a movie premiere? Like nothing. There's no context. It's like, let's just play the tape 20 seconds and make him look like shit. They're pick the tapes that he's screaming at her on purpose, because he did scream at her before. Poopy-doo. Then she should have called the cops then, if she was so scared. So they're gonna play another few seconds of I'm happy they played this today, but I was kind of like, dude, are you just really nitpicking, like being a dick about
Minutes
it?
and 2 seconds through 31 minutes and 45 seconds.
Okay. All right. Any objection to
Few seconds of
598B
it.
then? No objection.
Few seconds of a 32-minute tape.
I meant exactly what I said. At least I'm not doing it behind your back and telling you. You gave me shit that I was recording, and I said, yeah, I'm recording, but I'm telling you.
Okay.
And if you had asked me not to, I wouldn't.
Well, record.
Okay, so the next excerpt is 30 minutes and 2.
How short that was. The only reason Rattenborn play it is because she's saying, I'm telling you that I'm recording you, otherwise I wouldn't record you if you don't know. That's the only reason Rattenborn play it. That's the only reason he played that tape right there. Because he's making it sound like, okay, Amber is asking Johnny for permission to record. That's the only reason. There's no screaming. There's no calling her fat ass, nothing. It's just so you can see, or you believe it if you're a dummy, that the only times that she recorded was with his permission, and we know that's bullshit. We know that. Because San Francisco, 2016, the Call Me audio, there was no permission for that. But, they're trying to convince the jury of that. I think it's getting really hard for the people to believe her anymore. Okay, so I think the one that she cries and she says she's gonna die is coming. And it's like really like, it's kinda like triggering. Even if it's Amber. This is
The 2 seconds.
there's a bunch of tapes coming. A bunch of audio, so just let it go. And let it flow.
Walking away is necessary.
I'm walking away.
Is necessary, especially between you and me. It is of utmost importance. Because the next move, if I don't walk away, we'll just go out for a little while. It's just gonna be a bloodbath. And like it's called, like it was on the island.
This is when he mentions the bloodbath.
I feel miserable. It's just, can we just
The options are there.
have someone who's understanding each other's?
Please, Kevin. Because I'm not trying to say, okay, by the way, no one in their right mind is going to choose bloodbath over walking away. Obviously, you're given the option between the two.
Then why has it been chosen so many times?
It's that snowball. It is not a distinct choice that either one of us make at any discernible point.
No, it's stubbornness and it's all
It
kinds of
builds,
shit.
right? Like you build,
Stubbornness.
I build, it isn't like at one moment.
Why do everything is such a debate with this woman?
Like sign the contract or say, okay, no, no. So acting as though there's a choice between the two is relevant. I'm not asking you to stay over having a bloodbath. I'm asking you, I mean, over walking away. I'm not asking you to have a bloodbath over walking away. I'm asking you to.
Yes, of course.
And making it bigger.
What people with borderline personality disorder do. Some of them. They're telling you what to feel. And they're telling you what to do. But in a way that is like low-key. And then they go like, I'm not asking you to do that, to not do that. But if you do it, this is what's going to happen when you come back. I'm not asking you to stay. You can go, but if you do it, I might just be bleeding when you come back. Yeah. Yeah. I was with a guy that had borderline personality disorder and refused help, meds, therapy, refuse it. I also know a girl, two girls, they actually have the same diagnosis and they live semi-normal lives because they go to therapy, they take meds. So it's not a death sentence. Okay, the BPD is not a death sentence. It's not like you're never going to be okay ever again. But in the case of her, she refused to seek help. She drinks alcohol, which makes her more borderline than anything. And do you notice that she cannot be left alone? Whatever happened to her when she was a kid, I don't know, man. Plus the mental wackiness. There's a lot of factors. Like somebody said on YouTube, nobody chooses to be like this. Nobody's born like this. We're not born like this. Nobody's gonna fucking convince me that you're born evil, like the bad seed in the freaking scary movie. Nobody's born like this. So she was made, she was versus in nurture. I mean, like she was nurtured in the bad way from her parents, whatever. I'm not gonna start defending her, like I sometimes I do with Evan, but you don't choose to have borderline. You really don't choose it. So I don't feel bad for her one bit, but I'm saying you don't choose it. You don't wake up one day and be like, I think I'm gonna have borderline personality disorder. It's a personality disorder. It's not a mood disorder. There's three different kinds. It's like if you have autism or ADD, those are learning disabilities and learning disorders. Then you can be bipolar, have depression, have mood disorders, which is pretty much what we all have. Mood disorders. But personality disorders like psychopathy, narcissistic, histrionic, which is what I think she has the most, borderline, and schizophrenic. It's a personality. It's in the core of who you are. How can you change your personality? That's what is so sad because there's really no medication for these people. There's just shot a lot of fucking therapy. I mean, I know a girl that goes like almost 4 times a week, and I'm proud. She used to work with me. She's able to work, to have a family. So just because you're a narcissist or you have, it doesn't mean that you are Amber. Okay, you can be okay. You don't have to be Amber. I was with an Amber before, with a male Amber, and I have to do the restraining order. For reals though, not because I was making shit up. And this is what they do. You don't leave the room with the person that has what she has. You cannot leave the room. You really cannot. They tell you they're gonna die. My ex used to go on the floor and be on his knees. If you leave, I'm gonna die. And I'd be like, how are you gonna die? You don't have any pills, you don't have any knives, how are you gonna die? I don't know, I'm just gonna stop breathing and I'm gonna die. If you leave, I'm gonna die. They do this to you. Hey, what's up? I'm so glad that you guys are talking. So they do this to you. And it's really like she has a big problem with like, she can't be left alone. Everybody knows that. Everybody on YouTube knows that. She cannot be left alone. But it's not just because she's a brat or really, she has a fucking disorder. And I don't think she can even control it because she doesn't want help. She doesn't seek treatment. She never talk about treatment. She only talk about him going to detox, him going to treatment. The only time that she actually did anything that we know of is when she did the marriage counseling, but that was only because she was doing this so she can show in court that she was actually trying really hard. That's the only reason she did the marriage counseling, so she can use that. That's my belief, at least. I don't think that she really was putting the work. I mean, you can sit down there and lie to a therapist. They're not gonna know unless they're really, really good ones. So I think that her going to the counselor, marriage counselor, it was just for court. She was already planning and plotting. That's what I really think. But she never talks about going to therapy by herself. She doesn't seek help. Taking Xanax and taking Ambien medication as needed that is short lived. It is not a mood stabilizer. It's not antipsychotic. Taking Xanax and Ambien is not really going to help you with the personality disorder. Just gonna put you to sleep or calm you down. Ambien put you to sleep. So she's not really taking care of herself on that. On that, maybe someday she will. Maybe when she's 45 years old, she will. But the problem is also the onset of this type of things. The way I think that she has is between teenager years and 25. So he got her at the worst of the disorder that we're speaking of. If she has that, I am 99% sure. And I try not to do this. You can go watch my videos on Amber and on Evan, and everybody goes like, Evan is this, Evan is that, and I'm like, she got abused by her parents. I don't know. I never throw diagnosis out there, but I'm fucking sick of this chick. Because since they played the self-harm video and got Johnny upset, now I don't give a fuck. Like, I changed my perspective with the whole, like, not trying to judge. Yeah, I'm gonna judge. I am. So we'll stop talking, gonna go get my tea, and I'm gonna keep this playing. Hopefully it's loud enough.
You know, it isn't like at one moment either of us sign a certificate of saying, or like sign the contract, or say, okay, now blood bath. No. So acting as though there's a choice between the two is irrelevant. I'm not asking you to stay over having a blood bath. I'm asking you, over walking away. I'm not asking you to have a blood bath over walking away. I'm asking you to work it out over prolonging it and making it bigger.
I'm not gonna say anything. Herb.
Can you please pull up Defense Exhibit 161, which was admitted as evidence on Thursday, Your Honor, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not asking you to
Yes,
stay, but if you leave, I'm gonna bleed when you come back. That's just really, it's kind of what she's saying.
Now, that recording that we just heard, Mr. Depp, isn't the first time that you refer to an argument as a bloodbath. In fact,
damn.
in this
All right.
text exchange that we saw on
The blood bath. He went to a bookstore, found the book, which they make the movie Party Monster. Party Monster with Macaulay Culkin. I love that movie. Anyway, that movie is based on a book. The book is called Disco Blood Bath, and it's based on reality on Studio 54. And I know all this because I was obsessed with Studio 54 a few years ago and everything that was happening, because it was just like crime and drugs and just people were dying left and right and nobody knew because it was Studio 54. Anyway, Disco Blood Bath is based on a real story. Johnny was in a bookstore. He texts her, whoa, look at the title of this. She goes, we should get that book. He says, you're a funny bitch, ha ha ha. And it's just a joke. But of course, Amber's lawyer takes everything literal, and he was mentioning just a fucking book. You will listen to it now from him. It's so fucking frustrating. When I was watching it earlier, I was screaming on my computer, going like, for real? You really think that he meant a blood bath? Yep. I was so into that because Studio 54, I was a baby when the whole Studio 54 thing came out. But it's kind of not close to my heart. But my mom, I started talking in spirit. I don't talk about myself later. I don't feel like it right now. But let's say it's close to my life in a way, Studio 54. In my family, not myself. Never been. I was a baby. Not even. I didn't even exist. Anyway, but it's close to my life. Anyway, so yeah, Disco Bloodbath is based on this kid did die because he got stabbed. Everybody was on ecstasy and coke. They were all fucked up, and this kid was there to deliver the drug. He was a drug dealer, and then they killed this guy, and they were all high and didn't even know. And it's called Disco Bloodbath. They put him in the bath, and they put him in the bathtub, and he bled to death. That's the book, not some type of revenge that Johnny against Amber is trying to.
Friday, when
I'll be back.
you inform Miss Heard that there exists a book entitled Disco Bloodbath, and she asks you if it is about last Friday night by any chance, you say, "How can you make me smile about such a hideous moment?" Yes, it is. Funny bitch. Did I read that right?
Certainly did, sir. Thank you.
Can we pull up exhibit 586, please?
I love Johnny's sassy, low-key sassiness. So I already told you what Disco Bloodbath
the portion
is.
of this exhibit that we would plan to play, it's a recording, is minutes 7:35 to 8:20.
Okay, but I already have a 586A.
So this would be 586.
Yo, not even 1 minute, Rattenborn. This is like the Toronto tapes. This is what we'll be waiting for like a year or more. There's at least 5 or 6 hours of this. He's playing 90 seconds or something like that. And of course, he's gonna, like I'm telling you, Johnny's gonna scream. It's gonna sound like he's an asshole. But there's a reason they're picking this, because 99% of the other audio, Johnny's very calm. And that's not convenient, right? So, and one of this, he just really screams at her. I don't know if it's the one that is coming or not, but it really didn't change my opinions at all whatsoever.
735 to what?
8:20.
Thank you. No objection to 586B? No objection. All right, 586B.
My phone's gonna die, as usual.
Well, yes, you do, because you wouldn't have used that as
Yeah.
a way. I was pouring my heart out to you. What do you do?
Okay, listen to this. This is a total different Amber.
Stabbing me. That's what you saw, huh? You listened and cried. That's what you think. You just do it without thinking. You do it without thinking, huh?
Okay, no. This is not what I was thinking about. The crying is after. This is the one that she's trying to tell him that he was stabbing her, and then they do it on the floor because on the floor feels better, something like that. Again, I think it's taken out of context. One more time, as usual. This lawyer is like, he's not a bad lawyer, obviously, because he's getting reactions, but he's a bully. Okay, I think bloodbath words are gonna come any minute. The bloodbath. You want a bloodbath? You're gonna bloodbath. You're gonna get a bloodbath. Blah. Stabbing.
So sweet when you can. What win better than the winner on the floor? Because that's what it's really good, Nancy.
Can you please pull up plaintiff's exhibit 366?
Few seconds. Did you see do you see what they're doing? Few seconds. Nobody can catch anything that fast. Oh my God! A few seconds of her saying
This
you
is another
you like
point,
it on the
Your
floor.
Honor.
You like it on the floor.
And all of, although
They're probably talking about sex.
minute 3:20 through 3:38.
All right.
320 to 338.
Its entirety, is that correct?
Again, only like 1 minute.
That's correct, Your Honor. 366 in evidence. He's on the playing part.
This is the crying one.
Oh, plaintiffs, I'm sorry.
There's one that was really hard for him to listen to. He was like doing this with his eyes. It's just the crying one. See what they did there? They're just playing that. So he says, "You're fucking. See you next Tuesday." That's it. Okay.
Can you please pull up plaintiff's exhibit 396?
This lawyer.
Your Honor, portions of this were used on Thursday, so with your leave, we'd like to introduce this as 396B with the following excerpts.
Johnny's face is like
2:44 and 0 seconds through 2:44 and 16 seconds.
My God, it's not even 2 minutes long.
2:49 and 30 seconds through 2:49 and 55 seconds.
This guy's.
All right, objection to 396B. No objection, Your Honor, 396B.
What are you gonna object to? It's a few seconds. It's so freaking lame. This lawyer is so stupid. He's not doing her any favors by doing this. Even if he's screaming at her, still not doing her any favors. I need to charge my phone as usual. So I hope the sound is still okay. I'm trying to blast it as much as I can.
This is not. This is your last week. Your last week. Your last call.
You stupid fuck! This is not happening!
Okay, so he said you stupid fuck. Alright? We got
Please
that.
go to 2:49 and 30 seconds, please.
See what I'm saying? It's like, let's just all play Johnny Depp says bad words game and does drugs. He said you stupid fuck and then call her fat ass. How many times we have of her calling her old man, blah 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 blah, and all that, you're nobody, you're a joke in the industry, nobody will touch you, blah blah. You guys already know that.
I don't fucking care.
Robert, hold on. Where you been the last few days? Because I posted an audio, two audios that are so good, and it's new from last week. It's not new anymore, but it was new last week. Did you heard it? When she makes fun of him, she's fucked up drunk and she makes fun of him. Go watch it on my last two videos. She makes fun of him and his movies. She's like, oh, you're a joke in the industry, you old fat man, blah 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 blah. I don't know if you listened to that one. If you haven't, please listen. I'm not the only one posting it, but when I posted it, it was quite new. Now on YouTube time, it's like, it's old. But it was new when I posted it. And it was so fucked up. Like I think she forgot that she was recording. She was the one recording, but she forgot. Because she's like stomping around, drunk, going back and forth, going, I'm leaving, but I'm coming back. But I'm leaving, but I'm coming back. I think the alcoholics do a lot of it. Because not only you have a hysterical woman, but also she is a drunk. I'm sorry. Sorry, people out there that like to drink wine. Wine doesn't mix good with that type of personality. So she's so fucked up. Not on this one, but on the one I play. Can you tell me so I don't just like talk to myself in here? Because I can't just read any comments. All right, whatever.
Impossible. I'll talk to you later.
It sounds like
Talk to you
a...
later. Talk to you later.
You heard Miss Hurd say, get off me, right?
No, I did not. I heard distant screaming and I heard, I'll talk to you later, I'll talk to you later.
Let's look at exhibit 857, please.
See what he does? See what the lawyer did? He knew that he wasn't right. We didn't hear her saying, get off me. We heard him, like distant voice, like in the other room going, bye, 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 I'll talk to you later. You haven't heard it? What is? Don't worry, no rush. It's there. It took me like 2 hours to get it all together because I was interrupting all the time, and it was freaking. It was funny, but it was really sad. She was making fun of him hardcore. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put this on your songs? You're gonna put this on your book? Who's gonna buy your book? Like, she's just doing that hardcore high school bully. Yeah, gotta look it up on the other videos, but no rush though. There's no rush. I'm gonna leave it up there because it's Amber, so come on. You know, I'm not trying to laugh at her pain, but since they played the self-harm audio Thursday, she lost me. I'm not gonna have any. I used to have sympathy a little bit, tiny bit, but no more, no more. Okay, so they're getting. You see what they're doing, right? You see what Rottenborn is doing. Well, he calls her a cunt, and then he says fat ass, and then he says you fuck, you fuck, or something like that, and then he says fuck you, goodbye. That's all we got. That's all we got for now. That's all we got.
That's defendant 857.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's another audio file.
It's not. No.
There's more.
And that occasionally made you feel insecure, didn't it?
I made her feel insecure. Hold on, I gotta skip this. It's from early, but I'm just draining people.
It made you feel insecure, didn't it?
Distant screaming and
Okay, yeah, and then goodbye. Distant screaming and goodbye. That's all I heard. Okay, this is another one. This is the same road. I just have to just skip it because I started recording again. This is the same list of again, cherry picking out of context. Him screaming, being mean to her, and she's crying, and she's whatever, all that.
Sean, could you,
Oh yeah, this
please,
one.
I want you to just go, I want you to take your
Just
medicine
listen to her.
or whatever. I'm sorry that I've upset you.
You know, I think. Thank you, Sean. I'm ready to go. Thank you so much.
Mr. Depp, in the beginning, well, first of all, do you know where you are when you're having this
He
discussion
looks so
with her?
sad when they play that. Sean, I'm ready to go.
The only, excuse me, the only clue that I have is that
Sean was there.
Sean is being called. I called Sean and said to drive her home, or I believe it was probably at Sweetser, so then she could drive back. He would drive her back to downtown,
So it's in LA, right?
House 3.
This is not
with-
Canada.
She didn't seem in any shape to drive to me.
And earlier in the clip, there was a reference to a bloodbath. What does that mean in the context of that
The
conversation?
bloodbath again. And this is not Roddenborn, Amber's lawyer anymore. Now this is Johnny's team asking questions, which it was great. They were great. But they have to do that. After he gets crossed, they have to redirect. Otherwise, it's like, well, they get the last word, and they don't supposed to because he's the one who's suing. So they cross him and then redirect, this is now his people. Female lady lawyer. I don't remember her name is Michelle or Camille. It's one or the other. I'm sorry. It's the blonde girl. She's like super good. So now she's redirecting, and again bloodbath, and she's crying, and why she's this. And Johnny's like, can you please, Sean? Can you just drive her home? I don't see the harm on any of that. Do you? I don't. Because she was too fucked up to let's not say she's drunk. She was emotionally so drained, so he didn't want her to drive. Was bad, was negative about that. Anyhow, so keep with the redirecting.
I don't know. Again, it seems like some word that was the key
Objection,
part
Your
of it.
Honor. He said he doesn't know.
All right, I'll sustain objection. Next question.
His face is so cute. God, this guy's taking forever.
Mr. Depp, at the end of the day on Thursday,
Oh, it's her.
Mr. Rottenborn played an audio recording for you where you were heard saying you were going to hurt
Okay,
yourself. Do you
listen
remember
to this.
that?
I'm not gonna interrupt this anymore because this is part is super, super interesting and super important, and it's regarding the harm, the self, the cutting. So the redirection of this was great, was amazing because after that last week, everybody got like choked out by it. Like, oh my God, this is so sad. Even he teared up, even if people on YouTube are saying that he didn't, he did. I was so fucking pissed off that I was too pissed off. That's what I'm just don't care anymore about her. I never really did, but I kind of was trying, like I was trying to like find the logic and everything on it. Now, after that, anyway, so he's gonna explain why he was on audio saying "kami, kami, kami." He's gonna explain it with his own words, not Amber's, but his. First of all, it was illegally recorded. Second of all, it was after the restraining order, so they were both already violating it. But she's the one that wanted to meet with him. And so the whole thing was a setup. It was a setup. I'm not gonna say I knew it, but I always had the feeling that whole thing in San Francisco with the knife was a setup. And it was. So listen from him.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and I'm not going to play that audio recording again. It seemed upsetting to you, but I do want to ask you a couple questions about that, okay?
Sure.
Could you please tell the jury when that recording is from?
That recording is from July of 2016.
16.
This was a few months after the restraining order had been put on me. I had been on tour through Europe, and then coming through the States, I got messages from Christian Carino, who was both of our former agent, saying that Miss Heard wanted to meet with me in San Francisco because we had one of our last dates on the tour was San Francisco.
Set up.
I was confused as to
Johnny,
why
set up.
Miss Heard wanted to meet with me, especially since I was under a court order not to come within, 200 feet or something of her. So at first I said,
Objection, Your Honor. The question was simply, do you remember when that was from?
He already got interrupted.
So, where were you when that recording was taken?
that was in San Francisco at a hotel room. So we went to a hotel room so that we could finish the discussion that you wanted to have with me.
And how did that discussion go?
Sorry again, I'm
Not
sorry.
particularly well. I was quite confused as to why I had been summoned.
Summoned.
To her, at that point, since all the
He
news
said,
was,
I've been summoned.
all the news was just about the fact that I had allegedly done all these horrible things to her, and
Right?
so I was talked into going there. I went and met with her in hopes that she would retract her lies that the world was now fed, had been fed, and in no way was she ready to do that. And I couldn't understand why I was there. Everything had been taken from me. My children couldn't escape the fact that all this had gone down. So I was.
The question was, how did the discussion go?
Oh my God.
I'm way beyond the scope.
Just talking.
Sir, just wait for the objection. I think he's describing the context around that conversation.
Way beyond the scope.
All right, I'll take the objection. Next question. Mr. Depp, why were you threatening to hurt yourself in that audio recording?
In fact, I wasn't threatening to hurt myself. I thought that Miss Heard had brought me to San Francisco. At that point, it was clear she was under false pretenses. I don't know what she was after. So I had a knife in my pocket, and I just took the knife out and I said, "Here, cut me."
Oh, this is heartbreaking, dude.
That's ultimately you've taken everything. You want my blood? Take it. Have my blood. And then she said, no. And then I said, look, if you're not going to take it, you want it. I know you want it. That's all I've got left.
He sounds so sad.
Take it. If she wasn't going to do it, I would have done it.
Right.
Because that's psychologically, emotionally where I was. I was at the end. I was broken. Not only had I had to deal with everything from coming in from, arrows from all over the world, but now I don't know what she was trying to do.
Set
I
up.
just thought the only answer is here. Cut me. Take my blood. That's all I've got left to give you. And obviously, there was no threat to Ms. Heard with that knife. It was about spilling my blood because I thought that's what
Right.
the only thing she didn't have at that point.
That's exactly.
And I was broken and really just at the end.
We're so lucky that he didn't kill himself, or he didn't,
I thought
not really on purpose or by accident. That was like the worst time at the end of 2016. So you got that, right? He was set up. She set him up. We're not supposed to see each other because I put a restraining order on your ass. But hey, let's hang out in San Francisco in a hotel. Oh, you got knives? Okay. It was a setup. And I'm not saying that she was gonna do that on purpose, but it could have happened. Accidents happen, and it could have. Yeah, that's a breakdown. That's completely, this guy's on top of the world, supposedly. He has islands and mansions, and he's in San Francisco in a hotel room, freaking the fuck out, playing with his knives. And I hate that they think it's like, oh, well, he was self-harming, and they make it as a negative thing. First of all, we need to stop doing that shit. Self-harming is not more negative than other things. Gotta stop doing that shit. There's so much stigma. We gotta stop that shit. If you do, you gotta get help. If you do that, you're not worse than a drunk. You're not worse than somebody who's addicted to sugar, to somebody who is addicted to gambling. That said, last week he teared up. He got 2 tears when they play that audio. That's why they chose not to play it. And if they play it, I was gonna cut it because I'm not playing it. But this is the explanation. This is what he didn't get to say last week. The explanation, I know that it doesn't really make sense unless you are in that state of mind. Is, well, I was alone. He's not saying that he was drunk or high. He just broke down, depressed, feeling like it was the end of everything. She shows up. He has a knife. He, in this weird, dark, romantic, psychopathy freaking relationship these two had. It's like, here's my blood. That's what the audio was about. It wasn't about him cutting himself for hours and then she showed up. They want you to think that, but that's not. I'm so glad that he finally freaking it's really fucked up, but it wasn't him cutting himself and then she showed up to save him. No, that's not what happened. And it was a setup. Because when you do a restraining order on somebody, especially if you're the one that asked for it, like she did, you don't go hang out in a hotel room with them. You just don't, unless you wanna lift the restraining order, which is possible. The judge will listen to you, and you have to explain to the judge, "Hey, I don't want this anymore. We are good." And that's it. It's not a death sentence. But she was not trying to lift the restraining order. She was going there to set him up. Yeah, I don't want to say what you just said. But yeah, that's what I think too. I think would it be either on purpose or by accident? Like the finger they cut off. It's not like she went in there and cut his finger like a butcher. She threw a bottle at him. So these things, when you're doing this, you hanging out with people like her, even if it's not a plot to end you, it can happen because there's so much freaking madness and so much bloodbath that it can happen in a minute. Like every minute of his life with her was terrorism. It was like emotional terrorism, and I can't believe he's alive and he's not in jail or dead.
I mean, everybody, I know that that's his job, but that was quite a cruel.
Objection, Your Honor, we're well beyond the scope.
Okay, I'm gonna go back for a second. Hold on.
It's, I thought of, I mean, everybody, I know that that's his job, but that was quite a cruel.
Objection, Your Honor, we're well beyond the scope.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Finally, I'd like to play a portion from Plaintiff's Exhibit 357, specifically the portions at 18 minutes, 43 seconds.
They're not gonna play the harm, the kami audio. So this happened today. Do you got confused, Robert or Tammy, about it? Because I was interrupting it. But not because I'm objecting to it, because I just kind of want to make that clear the way he did, that this wasn't about him cutting himself all night and then she came to the rescue. That was the narrative. But now that I hear it from his own mouth, I'm like, oh, okay, so it was a breakdown. Which is sad regardless if it's self-harm or if it's a breakdown or if it's her bringing the knives. If he has the knives, doesn't matter. The whole thing is so fucked up. So I am glad that he had the outlet to fucking tell the truth. And I think this is the first time and the last time that we're gonna hear Johnny talking about this, all these details, because he said, I've never had a chance and this is my chance. So if you watch the trial today, you know how to end it. And I was sobbing of happiness. I was, because it was really good. Okay, so they keep going with the audio. Now is Rottenborn is objecting to him telling the story of what happened. Yeah, you go to that whole thing. He said, well, you have everything. You got the houses, you got the money, you got the fame. Well, you don't have my blood. Here, take it. It's a really weird state. I mean, I've seen it before. I've been in it in his shoes, not hers. And I know how weird it sounds for other people. And it reminds me of Marilyn Manson. Asking Evan, here's my blood, take my blood. So there's something about that has nothing to do with self-harm. It's different. It's a completely different story. She wanted to make him sound like he was cutting himself for days and days. If he was, I won't judge, but it wasn't.
Through 21 minutes, 46 seconds.
357, is that correct?
357, yes.
All right, so is this going to be another one where it's going to be an A, or is this going to be all that's going to be offered?
Why these people didn't organize
Why don't we
this before?
Go with A to
We're
be
going with
safe.
A. Okay, could you give me the numbers again, just so I have them for the record? What are you going to play?
It is 357, beginning at 18 minutes.
Judge Penny's like, what are you gonna
seconds
play?
Through 21 minutes, 46 seconds.
All right, any objection at 357A? All right, 357A in evidence.
It's been going on too long. Maybe we just gotta stop this. Just gotta stop.
I don't know how to get my reputation back.
We write a letter together. Saying that we're going to take this out of the public eye. Saying that we're going to try and work this out on our own. Saying that the media has created such a fucking hateful storm that it's sickening. That we love each other. And that we want to make sure each other is okay.
Even then, he's still protecting
Have
her.
we had fights in the past? Have we had this or whatever? Fuck it, they already know all that shit. Don't matter. Here's the deal.
No, it matters. It makes. You have no idea. Every ounce of my credibility.
He's offering her peace. He's saying, I'm not gonna say nothing about what he did to me. It's kind of what he's saying. We tell the public, this is at the end of 2016. So she violated the restraining order hardcore. So he's saying, he already got a finger cut off. He already got the black eye, the nose, the scratches. All that already happened. And he's still saying to her, we tell the public that we're not guilty, you're not guilty, I'm not guilty. We end it with peace. And she's saying no to that. And her reasoning is because her public persona.
Been taken from. And done so.
And that we want to make sure each other is okay. Have we had fights in the past? Have we had this or whatever? Fuck it, they already know all that shit. Don't matter. Here's the deal.
No, it matters. It makes. You have no idea. Every ounce of my credibility has been taken from. And done so in a dishonest way. You know.
Amber, the abuse thing is we've got to deal with that. Yeah. We got to deal with that, Amber.
We gotta deal with that, Amber.
You know what?
And why did you put that out there?
I did not. You forced me. Your team forced me to by going on the offense.
Are you listening to what I'm playing? Right. She was planning to get the 7 million. Yeah, obviously. But at this moment, he doesn't know that. He thinks that she showed up in San Francisco to get things better. Then I don't know if I don't know. It's none of my business what they did that night or not, and I don't really care. What I care about, I'm glad that nobody caught anybody in that moment. But this is the day after, so he's proposing her. What he's saying, it makes sense, and she's like, no, because I lost every ounce of my credit, whatever, whatever mental gymnastics she's doing to get to that point. I'm trying to understand it, and I'm trying to be sympathetic. Amber's out there, but I really don't get. I don't get what I don't. I guess for people, if you're not like her, it's really hard to understand her. I've been trying, but I can't. Because if I fucked up and I did something bad, they said really bad, and somebody comes and tells me, hey, we're going to settle this. We're going to say that it was nobody's fault. We're going to settle this. I'll take the offer. She doesn't. Because like Robert said, it's because of the money and also because of her ego. Even if there was no money, even if, let's say, there was no money involved, I still think that she will do this no matter what. This is after the bruises, the pictures. This is after everything. He's already fucked up. He already got fired from Pirates. This is already 2016. After the bruises, and he's still trying to protect her. This is the moment that I was watching, I saw him upset. Probably the time on the day today that I saw him upset. He doesn't like listening to this. Yeah, he doesn't like listening to this. Like his face is poor thing. And she's wearing her Jeffrey Dahmer fucking serial killer fucking glasses.
I promise. Look up this timeline. Everything is forget it. Forget it. You don't believe what I say. You don't believe what I say. But I did not choose this. You got every step of the way. And then all this.
I did not put this anywhere. I didn't. Let me talk to the fucking team.
I did not call the cops. I need to proceed.
Io called the
I did not
cops.
call the cops.
You told Io to call the cops.
Yep.
I did not call the cops, and I did not give them any statement when they came. I was trying to protect you.
You told Io to call the cops.
When while it was happening?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because the last time that's not crazy between us, I really did think I was going to lose my life. And I thought you would do it on accident. And I told you that. I said, oh my God, I thought the first time.
Amber, I lost a fucking finger, man. Come on. I had a mineral can, a jar of a can of mineral spirits thrown in my nose.
You can tell people that it was
Did you hear that? We all know that, but the way he said it, this is brand new from today, from court today. The way he said it, lost a fucking finger, man. And he's still proposing her a deal of, let's tell everybody that we both have problems, that it's not your fault. I can't believe this guy. I can't believe how much of a nice angel he is. Because if I was him, I'll be on. It will be on. I will not wait all these years. It will be on since that freaking moment. And if I was her, I would take the deal. Right there, dude. Right there. Because I don't want to go to jail. Right? But like Robert said, it's ego. It's ego, it's money, it's all that. And he's like, I'll call the cops, which is, we all know that. We knew that for a while. Everybody on YouTube knows that she really technically didn't call the cops, but Rocky, Raquel, whatever the fucking her name is, and Ayo, everybody else was calling the cops for her, which is really easy. I can do that right now, and I can frame the neighbor if I feel like it. Call be like, oh my God, I can hear screamings, and people are jumping, and things are being thrown out, and there's a woman saying, help, help. That's it. That's how easy it is, and I hang up the phone. It's really easy to frame people. It's really easy. The cops are going to show up. That's their job. So yeah, she knew that even if she didn't call the cops, she did call the cops. Anyway.
fair fight and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, and I think this is a trust fund, and
Yes.
I know it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or decide to do.
It doesn't matter if it's fair fight my ass.
Are you guys listening to this? Are you in the chat? Are you listening? Did you hear what I just heard? He said it doesn't matter what Fairfax says. He's talking already about Virginia. It doesn't matter. We can end it here, and we can end it in a good note that we're going to be okay, that it wasn't your fault or my fault. And she still says, no, I don't get her. And this is the part when she said, who's going to believe you? And after this, I think he was done. Like we're all done. We've been done for a while. Okay, let me play that again. This was played today, but I have a feeling that I heard this before, but it was played today again. Hey, Jim. I used to have a crush on Rocky. Please explain to me why a Raquel is called a Rocky. Rocky is like, what the fuck? Your name is Raquel. Maybe like, I don't know. I don't want to criticize people. My name is weird. So I'm not going to criticize for her name, but Rocky, Raquel, that one better show up and testify because she got a lot of skeletons in her closet. And if she doesn't want to think, she doesn't want people to think, all of us to think that she's the devil, maybe she can admit to it. Not Amber. Amber won't ever do it. But I'm saying Amber's friends, because I have a feeling that some of this is not a popular opinion. Everybody thinks that all Amber's friends are the devil. I'm just saying, what about if Amber was lying hardcore and it was also conning her friends? Just like she's a con woman. She conned Johnny. What about if she was doing the same with her friends? What about if she was feeding the friends a bunch of lies? Yeah, she had it all figured out. But when I'm talking about her friends, I'm saying maybe they were not like, well, we're your minions, we do what you tell us to do, but maybe she lies so much and talk shit about him so much that maybe the friends start believing it. That's like my theory, and everybody thinks that Ayo is evil, and then I know that he's. I am not saying they're good people, but if your best friend comes now and tells you that they're getting beat up, two black eyes, lip, broken nose, blah blah blah, would you believe them? Of course you believe them. So I think that's what's happening with her friends. It's not like they all were like, well, they poop in the guy's bed because they thought he was an asshole, that he was beating her up because she lied. She lied to a therapist. She lied to her friends. She lied she lied in testimony under oath in the UK. She brainwashed her friends. She conned them. She's not that good. She was that good. Yeah. Because if a girlfriend comes right now and tells me, guess what happened to me? I'd be like, what? Oh my God, this drama. I'd be like, what? Oh, my ex or my husband or my boyfriend beat the shit out of me. I have bruises all over my body. I'm not going to tell my girlfriend, let me see. Well, maybe I will. Because I'll take pictures but I'm just crazy like that. But I'm paranoid. But if it was a really, really good friend, I'm going to believe her. I'm going to believe her. I'm not going to be like, you really got beat up? Are you not lying to me? I'm going to believe her. And I think this will happen. It's really what happened. So then the way Rocky acted and Ayo and all those people, they're a bunch of leeches and vampires. So they were sucking Johnny's, blood. That's a problem. They were leeches, but I also think that they were brainwashed by her. The same with her sister. Her sister and her have a really weird relationship. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what that is all about. Eventually we will know. I think that Amber scares the fuck out of her sister, Whitney. And I'm not defending Whitney. I know she's probably not that good of a person, but I'm saying that I don't know what's happening. It's different when it's family than when it's just a friend that you know in LA. For how long she knows those people? My LA friends. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, for how long these people are your friends? Your sister, if your sister is covering for you, then what's up? Yeah, she beat her up. Not beat her up. Okay, allegedly, Amber hit her sister a couple times. But some people say that Whitney hit back, that they were like kind of playing, like wrestling. So I don't know, but they definitely have a weird freaking relationship. And I'm not surprised, a lot of people do. I'm an only child, just like Manson. So I have no fucking idea how it feels to have a sister or a brother. But if my sister or my brother or my best friend comes and tell me a story like this, I'll believe it 100%. So anyway, so this is like the moment of truth. Okay, oh my God, an hour 23 minutes. This is the moment of truth of him going like, yes, I am a victim, fuck it. And she's like, no, you made me do. They made me do it. They made me do it. Who is they? Who made her do it? Like seriously, like we know. We know. Now everybody knows. It's such a great feeling that everybody knows.
And I know it's a fair fight. It sees how many people believe or side of it.
It doesn't matter if it's for fair fight my ass.
Exactly. Because you're.
So what?
Mr. Depp, when did you have the conversation reflected in this recording with Miss Heard?
I don't recall exactly when it was.
It was probably the last conversation they ever had before.
What's your best estimate?
My best estimate is that it was quite a while before the meeting in San Francisco.
Oh, okay, before the meeting.
Excuse me.
How far after May 21st, 2016 do you think that conversation was?
What the fuck is that noise?
I'm asking for
Sorry.
his best estimate.
No, it's
Allow
not.
me to answer this.
So could you ask it again? I was distracted.
How long after May 21st, 2016 do you believe that conversation took place?
I would say that it was not too far, maybe a couple of months. It was far enough to where the world media was already.
No, we all saw it.
So it was an attempt to try to make all the
Objection to what?
What are you referring to when you said you and Miss Heard will write a letter together?
I was trying to make a peaceful settlement.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you referring to when you say you lost a finger?
A very large bottle of vodka severing my my middle finger in Australia.
And what were you referring to when you said a can of mineral spirits was thrown at your nose?
One of the
I love the redirecting.
arguments on the
The
island.
redirecting is art. This lawyer is really doing good because she could have gone on a total different tangent. This is really good redirecting. It's really good. I want to make it to the end.
Island where Miss Heard had been howling at me with some argument, and she picked up a can of mineral spirits about
Mineral
and,
spirits. Mineral spirits.
heaved it at me, and it struck me on the bridge of the nose, and right there, you know.
That's gonna make me cry again. God damn, it's gonna make me cry again.
And what did you say in response when Miss Heard said, "Tell the world, Johnny, tell them Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence"?
I said yes. I am.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
So you can have a seat next to your attorney, please.
Got nothing further. Drop mic. That's it. That's all we got. And they're saying this is the last day for him. He obviously he can be in court, but testifying. Was that brilliant? I'm holding out the tears. Listening to him saying his name, and then I am, not I was, I am a victim of domestic violence. Is fucking, that redirecting was beautiful. There was no objection. Oh, what the fuck are you gonna object to? Rottenborn. Robert and Tammy, are you crying? This is the first time you at least both of you heard this, right? Because you said you didn't watch it. So this was the end, and I seriously was. That's what I was so happy, and I was telling you, look, watch my last clip, and you see why I was crying. You can't argue with those words. It's not like I don't love her. She's an asshole. She's a fat ass. She cheated on me with Elon Musk. No, it's not even about her anymore. It's Johnny Depp, I'm a victim of domestic violence. See what I mean? Like he took the power back. I mean, like the lawyer is really good. She helped him do a lot. She helped him a lot through this journey. This is a freaking, like we're watching a person. It's like a big freaking therapy session of 2 weeks. Because seriously, he probably is never gonna talk about this ever again on this, like with this detail. And I love it. I love the end of it. Because she said to him, "Who's gonna believe you? What are you gonna go? What are you gonna say?" And then he repeated it. Does you want to listen to this again? To the last part? Just for emotional value. No, really, it's amazing. Anybody, Johnny or anybody, man or woman, that takes the power back. Yeah, it's okay to use the word victim. It's okay. It's okay. Evan, Evan Rachel Wood pissed me off when she's like, I'm a survivor. You're a victim. You're a victim. And there's nothing wrong with it. So stop with this whole, I survived. No, no. You survived physically because you're not dead. So yeah, you survived. But in here, no, you're a victim. And there's nothing wrong with it. And I like the way that he said it at the end. And that's it. And they're saying that was the last day for Johnny. I don't know what the fuck she's gonna say on the stand that is gonna be more powerful than that. What? What can she do at this point? She can claim insanity. I know. I see people at work that sometimes do that. She can claim insanity. All right. That was it.
Bluetooth pairing.
He dropped the mic after that. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I didn't expect, of course, he was doing so good. He did so good last week. But after the last day with that Kami tape and it ended up reading on that note. But today was like epic. He set the record straight with everything. He said he was sorry about texting his nurse and his doctor asking for pills. He said he apologized to them. Then he talked about how he felt like he was set up. It wasn't self-harm. It was just the moment that he had with her to make her feel that she could have his blood, all that. He set that straight, that record straight. And this, which is the most important part. And it's like the most important day, really. I mean, everything has been important. Just I think like the best. I don't know if the best. I know everybody loves Isaac because Isaac was like superstar, witness superstar, and one of his best friends. And I like him. But the Sean Bett is the name of the security guy that did the first witness testimony. No, the second, because the first was his sister. And his testimony was super powerful too. And Sean is one of the guys that was around when they were looking for the finger in the fucking kitchen. So those people are not gonna lie for you, Amber. They already been through the hell to seeing their best friend without a finger. I mean, come on. Do you think they're gonna lie for you? Like seriously, like I don't know what I really if you know, tell me. I don't know what she wants anymore. She should have taken the freaking money that he was offering and call it a day. And I do believe that maybe he offered her more, maybe like 2 years ago or so. It's just a gut feeling that he was trying not to do this. He was trying not to make it to Virginia. But I am so happy that he actually made it, and I'm so happy that she didn't take the money for the settlement. Because then he wouldn't have the chance to do this. It's the first time that you hear it, Tammy. My computer died because I'm doing this from my phone, but I have the video on my computer, so I'm trying to go back. And don't worry, I'm gonna go back to Manson because that's my boy. But I feel like this is necessary to do until it's over. Because, I mean, it's not a coincidence that those two are brothers. Not a coincidence that that's happening to both of them. By the way, Lindsay Warner, Manson's wife, she liked a post on Instagram. That is a page that is a really good page. It's called Exposing Amber Heard. But it's not like millions of followers. It's like 2,000 or whatever. But it's not a lot for Instagram. And Lindsay, Manson's wife, liked a post. She liked a bunch of posts on that page. Go look it up. It's called Exposing Amber Heard. And it was called Exposing Amber Rachel Wood. But then when this started, they changed the name. and then they're probably gonna change it back. I gotta go really fast, but just for not for fun, but why is asking me to open a file? I know I'm looking like this because I'm just trying to look at. Oh, I'm so damn tired.
Words are so hard for me.
Okay, no. No. That's another one. I'm still waiting. I'm still gonna upload another one that I have on her that she sounds so freaking evil. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna go look for it, but I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I don't know what the fuck that noise outside, what it was, but I have to go check. And I'm sorry. Oh, he's still here. I just have to go check something. Robert, did you left? Tammy? I'm glad you guys got to hear it. I know everybody was live streaming. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. But I just wanted to play a little part because it's the most important. That's just the case right there. You can't really object to that, right? What are you gonna tell them? What are you gonna tell him? No, you're not a victim. How can you sit there or stand there and tell him that he's not? You can't. Simply can't. I don't know what case they have after this. I really don't know. That was beautiful. And I know that he talked to, I mean, they tell him not to talk to their attorneys because they're still testifying, but I found that kind of hard to believe because it's like, if I'm paying good money for those lawyers, whatever, I'm not going to talk to them. It's weird. So I don't know if he talked to her or not, but, or if it was just organic, if the way it was happening was organic when he said, Johnny Depp, if it was an organic thing or it was like they talk and they prepare it, but whatever it is, it was fucking awesome. Because usually your lawyer will, I done this before and I thought it was like, this is like okay to do. It seemed like it was cheating, but no, it wasn't. Like I remember the night before I went to court, this is with my ex for like family law stuff, nothing to do with, this is civil/criminal thing. It was just a custody thing. Well, it was a pain in the butt, but it's okay now. But it was a pain in the butt. It was a pain in the butt. So when he said his name and then said, I am, not I was, not I'm a survivor, like Evan loves that word, I am. Yeah. It's very powerful. I don't know what I'm trying to look for. Oh, I'm trying to look for the mean. Well, Robert, when you have a minute, go check my last 2 lives, which are long, but just skip all my nonsense and listen to the funny drunk Amber. Hold on. I better not play that. I was just I was in a video call with my kid and it got recorded and I almost play it. Oh my god, that would be so embarrassing. Not embarrassing because it's my kid, embarrassing because I sound different when I talk to him, when I talk to my kids. That makes sense? Yes, we all do. I don't say the F word every 2 minutes, that's for sure. That part, then she goes like, Sean, I am ready to go. It was so much acting. Unbelievable. Okay, so after Johnny did that, and all of us were like, yes. They call Ben King, which is a very important person because Ben King was working in the big house they had in Australia. And Ben King was there looking for the finger. And Ben King was the one that had to clean the mirrors. They have the paint and the blood mixed with the lipstick and all that. The lipstick was from her. The blood was from him. It's horrible to say that, but it's what happened. So Ben King, he was such a character. This guy is like British and he's like fucking everything you can imagine, like to a character to be. And I love him because he sounds so sincere and honest and loyal to Johnny. He doesn't work for Johnny anymore, but he's still, so they can't say that good old like, oh, you like this because you are on his payroll. Well, this guy is not on his payroll anymore, and he still testify for him, for his side, and I can put that in a video later. And it's not like he doesn't matter. It's that he does matter, but after the bomb, the goodness of bomb that he dropped right there, Ben King showed up with his testimony, which was great, but it's almost like I kind of checked out. Like I was paying attention kind of with one eye, my other eye, I was watching the umbrella guy. And I decided to get here this late because I knew the earlier wouldn't make, it will make no a difference. Like I'm saying, I don't know if he talked to his attorney last night or over the weekend, but it was so well done. So well done. You can't argue on any of this. I mean, you can. Yeah. Oh, shoot. See what happens? See what happens when I fucking move? Wait. What did you say? You say wow. You say wow to oh wow to the soundbite. I know. Look how he made all these years in 2014 all the way to now matter in those words. I, Johnny Depp, a man. I am a victim of domestic violence. Not I was, I am. And I think that was like super, super powerful. It doesn't get better than that. I mean, it's really sad. And I would not want to, I mean, there's what's happening in his head right now, his heart, and with his family, his kids, it has to be so heartbreaking. But he took the power back. Doesn't matter how many pictures with bruises she can reproduce now. Maybe she's gonna have new ones. I won't be surprised if she has new ones, like new evidence on him. Oh, that would be fucking funny. I don't know if legally you can do that, because if you didn't. Another thing that I don't understand about this case, maybe you do, but I don't. It's like, why we really know his messages and his text messages, and where's her stuff? We don't have it because he didn't subpoena her, or we don't have it yet, or maybe it's coming. Which one is it? I think that he was nice. He was nice enough not to subpoena her whole fucking computer. So I don't know if we're gonna get the text messages from Rocky to Amber, Amber to Ayo, and all that, because those are very telling, big time. Remember, there's a message from Josh and Rocky, one of those two, whatever, freaking minions. That there's a picture of a knife, and it's not the knife that she gifted him. That we talked about it a few days ago. with the words "until death," but in Spanish, and it says Slim. Slim. It was her nickname that Johnny called her Slim, and it says "until death," and she gave him the knife for like his birthday or Christmas or whatever. Yeah, what a freaking like scared to death fucking type of woman is gonna give you a fucking knife right for your birthday, whatever. She gave him the knife, but that's not the knife that I remember from the text message. The knife I remember from the text message was almost like a kitchen knife. Like it wasn't a collector, like cool looking. I like knives. It wasn't a beautiful knife. It was like a I don't know, kind of trashy looking knife. And the text, Tammy, do you know what I'm talking about? We gotta go back to like 2 years ago on YouTube to find this. Before I start making videos, a year and a half at least to find this. I think Incredibly Average did it, posted it, and then Tug, and then everybody started posting it. But there was this chunk of messages between Amber and her friends, and there was a picture of a knife. And one of her friends, it was like, like it was a group message with a bunch of people. And one of her friends said, "You don't have to use it, just show it to him." And that could have been a joke. Just like when he was telling his best friend from England, "Hey, I'm going to burn her down the river and then screw her dead body and all that." And he was joking around. That could have been a joke too. Amber and her friends saying, "Oh, I don't have to use that, just gonna show it to him." Anyway, so I don't know if that was a joke or not, but that really rubbed me the wrong way, because after I listened to the Kami audio, and now that he explains it, I almost feel like maybe she brought a knife. He already had knives with him, because I know he likes knives, but maybe she brought another one. I don't know. Somebody gotta go fetch that mess. That I know it's out there. Either Nick Wallace has it on his website. Somebody had it. Obviously, it wasn't me, because it was on me asking for it. The audio of the Kami, I had that for like a year, and we all posted it already. But there's a message. Oh my god! And I don't think it's fake. If it was fake, it would be more dramatic. It said something of the. It said just that what I just told you. You don't have to use it. Just show it to him. And maybe it was meant as a joke. But coming from her, freaking scary freaking creature, like, I mean, if I can make a joke like that, it'll be all right. But if she does, it's a whole different. You guys watch the movie Gone Girl? Gone Girl. Blonde. I don't remember the name of the actress, but it's Ben Affleck, and the name of the actress I don't remember, but she's amazing. Gone Girl. Came out a few years ago. Oh my god. Amber is like imitating that movie. For reals. So, did you miss any parts? This is what happened today. Period. Try to fight that. Thank you, Lily, for being in the little box right now. That's what my cat's doing. Can't control it, right? Let it go. Lily, what the fuck? Come on. But wasn't like hysterical how her lawyer just play a few seconds of it, of like him calling her a cunt, and then him saying fat ass, and then boop. Like, can we play? Okay, exhibit 596 is actually quite lengthy. It's about 3 hours. Can we play 2 seconds of it? Like, it was so fucking dumb. And they're trying to make him sound okay. He screamed. Okay, he uses bad words. Nobody should say that to anybody in a perfect world, but we're not, okay? And we do that. We have flaws and we're human. So you can't crucify somebody because they do drugs and they use the word "see you next Tuesday." You can say, well, that wasn't nice or whatever, but she's not the one taking him to court for verbal abuse. Otherwise, I would be like, oh, he's guilty of that, right? They both are. Insults, back and forth, back and forth. But that doesn't make you a wife beater. You don't get, if you take ecstasy and Roxy's and smoke a lot of weed, You don't punch people in the face. I never met anybody. Boosters, yeah. But people that do drugs, I never met a violent person that does those type of drugs. But I met women and men that get drunk, especially on wine or vodka, whiskey, can be anything, and they get violent and they get fucked up, and it's like impossible to even communicate, even unless you're drunk, just like them, and I don't drink. But I know people that did ecstasy. I know people that smoke weed on the daily. I know people that take Xanax. I take Ambien, just like Amber. I don't do this, okay? I don't go say, things and then I'm like, oh my God, babe, I don't remember. I was in and out of Ambien. Tell me, did you hear that? Did you heard that, Robert, if you're still there, did you hear that little sound bite of her saying that? Gosh, I played the whole thing in my last video and it's so hard to find it now on the computer. She says something of the sort. Johnny says, like, you don't remember what you told me last night? It was really fucked up. And she say, I don't remember. I was in and out of Ambien. Why the celebrities always blaming the Ambien? Dude, Ambien doesn't make you an asshole. All right? You just got to go to sleep when you take it, not stay around and just do stupid shit. But she said that. She was like, I was in and out of Ambien. I was on Ambien. So I'm sorry. Who else is that? I think Rosie O'Donnell was Trump. It wasn't Donald Trump. It was somebody else. Went on Twitter and then their excuse was that they were on Ambien. No, when I'm on Ambien, I don't get in here. You're not gonna see my face. You're not gonna send me emails. No. There's such a thing as being on Ambien. Like if you have a personality that is you just get addicted to things, then yeah, I can see it. But even though, like, there's nothing really fun to it, though. Maybe because she was taking Ambien and ecstasy and booze. Maybe the whole combo is fun, but just Ambien is not that fun. Not at all. The Xanax, not that fun. It all supposed to do is take the edge off. It isn't supposed to like make you into a new person. She was talking about the Xanax like, oh my God, like it was fucking heroin. Like he was taking Xanax. Yes. And he was prescribed Xanax. Let's say he was taking more. If they give you a month supply and you're taking 3 a day, which is a lot. And I think he was on 4 milligrams, which is a lot for Xanax. But I don't know, he's like what, like 200 pounds or something. So it's like maybe more for me. But anyway, prescribe, dude, prescribe. The only thing that is illegal for all the things they mentioned on this, we still have 3 weeks to go, by the way. The only thing they mentioned that is illegal is the Coke. Ambien, no, he didn't take Ambien. Xanax, legal. Alcohol, I hate to say, that is legal. Weed, super legal in California, which is where he lived. Lithium, the stuff that he was taking, legal. So the Coke was the only thing that it was illegal. And he didn't do it for a long time. And the Roxycontin, legal. He got hooked up. I know people got hooked up on painkillers. They really don't. It's not like they're doing it for fun. It gets to the point that, like he was saying, testimony last week, I think on Monday, he was explaining how you get addicted to painkillers, and it was perfect the way he explained it. He said, I got bit by the snake. I'm not gonna get bit by the snake again. And I'm sober now from those painkillers. And I believe him. But once you start on that, and it's usually after you have an injury. He said that he was working on Pirates and he did something with his arm or with his shoulder, so that he started having sciatica in half of his body, which is very normal. And I don't know why they should give him like something, I don't know. They give him Roxycontin, okay? Roxy is like the strongest you can take. Not as strong as morphine, but right there. And he got hooked because the doctor probably overprescribed that. Oh my God, what a monster. So if you think about it, the only thing that he was doing that it was bad was coke. No, I mean, I feel like I have to say this because there's such a stigma with the meds, like abuse Xanax, abuse Ambien. They give you 30 Ambiens for 30 days. You cannot really abuse the Ambien unless I mean, you will die. You know who died of Ambien, painkillers, I don't know if it was Valium or Xanax or one of those things, and weed? Heath Ledger, because he couldn't sleep. That's what I work at night because I don't sleep, so might as well work. But he was awake. Heath Ledger was awake for like 4 days, something crazy like that. So he was prescribed Ambien and he took a lot of it because he wanted to get a rest and passed away. So yes, it can happen. People can overdose on that stuff, but chances are no. And they make Johnny sound like he's like in the gas station at the 7-Eleven, buying crack with a baggie, and he's like this cartel freaking gangster, like what I'm trying to say. Just the same thing that they're doing with Manson. Like Manson and this piles of cocaine in his apartment, in his house. Piles. Like Scarface. Who the fuck has piles of cocaine? Nobody has piles. That is like so 1980s. Nobody got money for piles of anything. Not even Manson. And so yeah, the whole thing is very, very similar. You guys are still there? I know 2 of you are there. So what'd you think? I know I'm not probably gonna be on 2 hours in here, but it was worth it. I'm not working today. I'm usually off on Sundays, but I picked up a shift yesterday, so I'm off today. I don't know why I did that. I don't remember even doing that. Maybe I was on Ambien. No, I don't. No, I wasn't. I did it thinking that it was gonna be better, but actually it's kind of like I had my kids on Friday. So yeah, you can ask anything you want to ask me now. That if it's personal, I answer if I feel like it. See, that's the thing. Like with Johnny, I feel Johnny's not Ember. Johnny's not Evan. Johnny's not even as outspoken and extrovert as Manson. Johnny is an introvert. Johnny's shy. Johnny doesn't want attention to himself. Johnny doesn't even watch his own movies. So I feel like this is the first and last time that he's going to just do this whole shebang. Like he got it out. He got it out. We all hear it. We all heard it. Heard. Amber heard. Hear it. We all heard it. We all listening. But that's it. I don't think he's gonna dwell on it. I don't think he's gonna go to Oprah. You know what I mean? Like he's not Britney or somebody like that. Nothing wrong, nothing against Britney, but I'm just saying that's not his vibe. He was mortified last week when they were playing those audio of him because he doesn't like to even be talked about. The fact that he doesn't watch his own movies, and it's like that's how much it's not like he hates himself, but he doesn't even want to acknowledge his reflection on a movie screen. Think about that. How about them apples? What I just said was deep. He doesn't want to acknowledge his reflection on his own movies. That's how much of an introvert he is. And that's why he has people working for him or with him for like 30 years, 20, 30 years, because usually that's what happens when people are introverts. We don't just go make new friendships and new relationships every fucking 2 months like people like Amber do. So I don't think that he's gonna talk about this again. Or maybe he is on his own terms. Like I'm saying, he's not gonna go and like Oprah. He's not gonna write a book. He's not. Speaking of books, did you actually listen to the tape on Amber being totally mean and making fun? I can do that because it's lighthearted. Did you listen to it? She's drunk and making fun of him. and saying, "What are you gonna do? You gonna write a book?" I don't know if you ever heard it. It's quite hilarious. I got it on Friday and I played it this weekend, like to myself. Like, and I went to sleep like laughing. I mean, no, not laughing at him. It's a horrible situation to be in, but like at the stuff that she was saying, because it was so much nonsense. I don't know if you're there. You still, because of my connection is going blah blah blah. Oh, I just read it, Robert. You said you used to have a crush on Rocky. You know what I just read? I used to crush Roxy's. I'm so dyslexic. You said I used to have a crush on Raquel. And I read, the way I read it on the chat, in my stupid head, I read, I used to crush Roxy's, like the pills. See, you think what you want to think. That's the brain plays weird fucking tricks on us, man. Now I'll be like, Robert, are you crushing Roxy's? And you say, I have a crush on Rocky. See what I mean? You can like seriously like just everything is perspective, man. Man. I love it. It would just be so awesome if we all can be as nice and warm and poetic and kind as just Johnny. We don't know him in person, but whatever we saw, it was super cool. It was a good last week and it was a really good day today. So Robert, you're not crushing Roxy's, right? If you are, then I ain't gonna judge. You crush on Rocky. My God. All right, we're gonna play it again, or I'm playing the mean ones later. I already did, but they're so fun. The problem is I can't hear a damn thing. Hold on a second. No. No to what? I read I used to crush Roxy's. And you say I have a crush on Rocky. Yeah, fuck her. Rocky. What that name? Your name is Raquel, and it's not an ugly name, Raquel. Why Rocky? What the fuck, Rocky? Like Rocky, like the boxer. Nothing wrong to the Rockies out there, but it's weird. But yeah, she's a weirdo. She needs to be on the list of witnesses for Amber. She better be. She better be. Her, Io, and all them people, because they're like the ones that pretty much cook the whole thing up with Amber. Knowing or not knowing, hoax or no hoax, they help her one way or the other, even if they were lied to. Oh, did you say no to what I just asked you? I asked if you heard the one of
Power off.
oh my God, all right. If you heard the one of I look dead, have no eyeliner on. It's the look of a dead person. Yeah, the funny, not funny, it's not funny, no, condescending. That's funny. Rocky Raquel, like Rock Raccoon, like character from Rocket Raccoon. I can't stand any of those people. I'm sorry, and I don't want to sound like this is what I'm not saying anything against Io. Did you know? Did you catch last week when Johnny was talking about her friends, and when it was time to talk about Io, he didn't know what to say. He was like he, she, but in that Johnny little cute little face, it was hilarious because he was, I don't know how to address this person. So I'm the same way. I would just say the name so I don't get in trouble. Io, I don't know what he's doing now. If he's still friends with Amber, I won't be surprised if people start dropping her like flies after this. Because who wants to deal with that? All right, I'm gonna play the epic moment before I go. It's not glitchy because I'm using my phone. Even if I hate it, I hate the way it looks, I hate the way it sounds, but it's not glitchy, so it's for the best. This is all that happened today. Nothing else happened. What I skip a bunch of, I cut a bunch of white noise and a bunch of Amber's lawyers saying, "Let me get that page, Your Honor. Let me get to that page." That guy is so slow and so annoying because he's the one that told last week to Johnny, "Well, we gotta respect the court's time." And Johnny said, "Are you telling me that I don't believe I'm wasting anybody's time, Mr. Rottenborn?" And the guy made it sound like Rocky, like Johnny was wasting time talking about telling stories and stuff because he takes his time. But then the same lawyer was taking for fucking ever to find one piece of paperwork. And at that point, the judge, this was last week, she was so fucking sick of it, tired of his bullshit. She even made a joke like, "Okay, we're gonna be organized next week." She said, "Take your vitamins."
World media, she picked up a can of
Yeah, I'm just gonna play this before I go because I gotta go. My phone's gonna die. 2 hours.
peaceful settlement.
And then I'm going.
What are you referring to when you say you lost a finger?
I can't get enough of this.
Very large bottle of vodka.
This was amazing moment.
Next to giant middle finger in Australia.
What were you referring to when you said a can of mineral spirits was thrown at your nose?
One of the arguments on the island where Miss Heard had been howling at me with some argument, and she picked up a can of mineral spirits about yay big and heaved it at me, and it struck me on the bridge of the nose and right there, forehead.
And what did you say in response when Miss Heard said, "Tell the world, Johnny, tell them Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence"?
I said yes. I am.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Sir, you can have a seat next to your attorney, please. Thank you. All right, your next witness. Ben King.
Can't do nothing after that. They should all go home. Amber, Laura, Heard. I mean, like maybe claim insanity or say that you didn't mean it. But after that, that was great. Thank you for hanging out with me. And listen, I know that Robert and Tammy, you listened to it for the first time. At least that little part that was today, a few hours ago. That was like drop mic gold emotional roller coaster of awesomeness. I can't speak the way he does. There's so many people on TikTok making little videos of Johnny saying mega pint. And the lawyer was like, "I heard that you were drinking a mega pint of wine," and all that bullshit. The ending, it was just beautiful. And I don't know if he agreed with the lawyer, like yesterday they were gonna ask, because I don't know if he's talking to them because he's still on the stand. But it was beautiful. It was so organic. So I'm saying, I don't know if she told him what she was gonna say, but it just, because when you tell the truth, you really don't have to rehearse much, do you? He said in his opening statements, he said, "I'm obsessed with the truth." That's all he wants. So we got it. I'm so proud of him. Yay. I know it's not over, but this is like a big moment. I gotta go because this whole thing is about to die. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow after trial, like at night, when 9 p.m. my time, which is West, US, West. So 9 p.m. my time. I know it's a weird time, but if I get here earlier, I don't get to watch the trial or hang out with the other peoples. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much. I will look at the messages and the comments after. And I never know how to close this. I can't do a better exit than that. Yeah, I am Johnny Depp, a victim. I am Johnny Depp, a man, a victim of domestic violence. I just love that he says I am, not I was, I'm a survivor, because that stuff just really pissed me off. When you're not healed from that, you still just let it, just wait. Take your time. Take your time. And he's taking his time and he's like going through his journey. He's healing like in front of us. Like I never thought this was gonna be this epic. I thought that they were gonna show the bruises, they were gonna say forensic person was gonna be like, oh, that's fake, that's makeup, boom, go home. Like I really didn't know that it was gonna be this good, that he was gonna just open up like this. I was not expecting it. Pretty much he told us the whole story of everything in like 2 weeks. Anyway, bye. Have a good night or have a good morning. Make good choices. Don't lie.